holographic like her relationship because you can see it, but you sure can't touch it. This man's life. And I even discovered he has attempted to flirt with my sister a couple of times. That is so fucked up. You're a fat chick. I'm just gonna say it. We all know it. Alright, back again with some alpha male advice. So, you know how we do it out here. We keep it nice like rice, giving the truth like a Gene Splice. Sipping, never double dipping. So, as you know, on alpha male advice, we like to help people out generally with their relationship questions. I can find those, all over the internet, sometimes Reddit, sometimes other forums. And, I don't give those sources out anymore because I don't think those subreddits are showing me the love I deserve. But I will still read the questions, and I will still post the link to this video and the answers for the people asking the questions. Because, hey, look, it doesn't matter what some dumbass Redditor mod thinks. The people really need help. That's why they're asking the question. Another strange thing that I find happening is that people will write these questions or whatever they have going on in their situation, and then they'll delete it like an hour later. Look, people, if you take the time to type out this huge essay that should be at some college lecture, just fucking let it stay there, okay? I know that sometimes you ask dumbass questions and then you realize it after you wrote it, but maybe think before you act. If you can't think before you type up a college essay, I can only imagine how poorly you think before you speak. But let's get into it. All right. So, speaking of deleted, this one comes from, what is this chick's name? Holy shit. All right. So, I have a low quality screenshot of the post because they deleted it. So, holographic, I believe, is this chick's name. It's not spelled the correct way. So, yeah. But I'll probably post a screenshot. You'll be able to see if you can make it out. Anyways, she goes, I want to ruin this man's life. And this chick wrote quite the bit, okay? But I'll summarize it, have the screenshot up, and if you really want to go word by word, there you go. So holographic says, holographic like her relationship, because you can see it, but you sure can't touch it. She goes, I want to ruin this man's life. Hello, I'm a 23 female, and I dated this man last year. He used to be so into me during our first months together. Wanted to marry and have kids with me, travel together, etc. Then it got to a point where he lost interest. His reason was, I lost interest in you when you went to the psych. Because according to him, I became too focused on my mental illness and was using it as an excuse for everything. That hurt me because he never told me during that time, and just months after, he was like this. He was the one who pushed me to go to the psych because he gets mad if I get late because I have ADHD time blindness. I guess that's what she says. And I struggle so much with managing and work. So I told him that, and when I finally got diagnosed, it felt so validating because he used to invalidate what I struggled with. So she's saying that she had or has some inability to keep up with time. That's like every black person. Why do you think they call it colored people's time? So when she finally got diagnosed with it, because she was like, oh, I actually have a problem with it. I actually have a problem. And he's like, all right, if you got a problem, let's go fucking look into it. They look into it. The doc says, oh yeah, your bitch can't tell time. She can't follow time. She can't track that motherfucker, okay? Like, it's like a white bunny rabbit darting in the snow, okay? She can't follow it. So when the doctor said this, she was like, oh yes, I feel validated. I knew I had a problem. And he's like, yo, you really do have a problem. That is unattractive as fuck. So she goes, anyways, this is not yet the point of why I want to ruin his life. So she gives us this whole story that has nothing to do with why she wants to ruin his life. She just wants us to know that she can't tell time. So even now, she doesn't know what the fuck time it is. Because it's time for her to have gotten to the point before I read the whole fucking paragraph. Too late now. And I'm not editing it out. You're going to have to suffer with me, motherfuckers. All right. Last month, I just discovered that during the time that we were dating, he kissed another girl. Someone told me. All right. I confronted him about it. He denied everything. I called that girl to confirm, and now I had evidence. Hence why I confronted him again. I asked him so many times if he ever lied to me or seen another girl when we were dating, and he denied it at first. When I laid out the evidence, that's when he admitted. He proceeded to tell me it was because I was toxic. That time, hence he did that, I laughed in my disbelief. She said to my disbelief, but I'm putting the word in instead of to. Deal with it, bitch. Okay. And that's not the worst part. My friends and I discovered that he has not only seen one girl during the time that we were together, but multiple girls. Multiplication. And most of those girls are just in our circle. And I even discovered he has attempted to flirt with my sister a couple of times. That is so fucked up. I told my sister about it, and when she showed me the chats, and he was so flirty to her, I was so mad. And another fucked up thing was that he tried to flirt with my best friend too. And why I know was even more fucked up. My best friend has been hiding it from me this whole time. That she's been calling and flirting with this guy. Oh God, I'm gonna puke. We're not friends anymore. Anyways, I want to ruin this man's life. We're in the same workplace. And after I confronted him, he went straight to the supervisor to resign, but they wouldn't allow him to do it because he had a company bond yet till September. So there's more, but there's no more to the situation. She goes on to say that he's very flirty in general by nature, right? He flirts with anything with two legs, she says. And I know guys like that. I know a few girls like that. And it doesn't mean that they'll sleep with anything that moves. I'm flirty by nature too. I just like to have fun, test the waters, see where other girls, I'm not say people, holy shit, what are we? In a modern day high school class, there's male and females. They're not other people I flirt with. I flirt with females. And yeah, that's it. But this guy apparently does flirt around a lot and maybe will sleep with most anything. I don't know what the girls that he's flirting with look like, but hey, is what it is. She does go on to say, let's see, what else is actually relevant here? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he flirts with any girl in the vicinity who likes him. He's fucked up and disgusting and treat women as if they're objects. I want to ruin his life. What do I do? That's how she ends it. So basically, as you learn from the channel and other red pill spaces, that women are hypergamous. Like they don't date them, right? No chick who works at a law firm is gonna date the dude from Subways, which is fucked up if you think about it. Because what does the man at Subway have to do with the law firm girl being better than him? Maybe he's a better fighter. Maybe he's a better decision maker. Maybe life just dealt him a fucked up, deck of cards where he has to take care of his mother who's going to chemo or some shit. And like his dad died 7 years ago and he's like 23. He's just been taking care of his family, his little brother and his little sister ever since. And he's at Subway, big dreams, big goals, but that's where he is right now. Law chick comes in, wants her sub made, doesn't give him a second thought. Hypergamy, as they say. If you're not better than your chick, she's not going to be happy with you, despite what chicks say. Don't listen to what they say. Listen to what they do. So anyways, all that to say that she is with a man who is flirty, who can obviously get other girls because he's getting girls, but she's upset by his nature. She has some kind of, I'm not going to call it a mental illness, right? Being bad with time isn't quite a mental illness per se. It is definitely some shit to work on. And if she resigns herself to the fact that she's bad with time and doesn't improve it, then yes, she has mental illness, okay? Real quick, let me jump on to what a mental illness is versus mental deficiency, right? If you're bad with time, you're just deficient in the ability to tell time. You can fix that, bro, okay? Like, black people are, look, stereotypes don't invent themselves. They say black men, got to, be, they should work at the butcher shop with the meat. You know what I'm saying? Stereotypes don't invent themselves. Trust me. I would know. But they also say colored people time, which is black people generally show up a little bit late, sometimes a lot bit late to things. Again, stereotypes don't invent themselves. In certain parts of Asia, like Thailand, those motherfuckers are on colored people time too. Like, Thais are known for being very leisurely and not really showing up on time that much. This isn't a stereotype that somebody pulls out of the ether to, talk about another race. That's how a group of people have demonstrated themselves to be, okay? Now, the reason we say that is because you do not have an illness until you give in to the deficiency. So if she just sits back because the doctor diagnosed her and said, hey, look, you really do have a problem telling times, bitch. You didn't make that shit up. Like, okay, you do have a problem telling time. But if you work on it, you maybe put apps on your phone, you set alarm clocks, you do all sorts of things to consciously remind yourself of things that are yet to come so that you can be on time for those things, that you plan ahead. I don't need to give you a whole breakdown of how to be on time for something, but you take extra steps to make sure you can do that until you don't need those crutches anymore to be able to do that. Then yeah, you just have a deficiency, a mental deficiency. Now, if you resign yourself to your mental deficiency, now you have a mental disability, because you've just been you fucking gave up, bro. You're just like, hey, doc said I have a problem telling time. I'm just going to be late sometimes. You guys deal with it. Here it is on the sheet of paper. I'm just bad at time. Hey, that's me. Now you have a mental illness. Now you have a problem. Before, you just had something you needed to work on. But now you've resigned yourself to that thing that you needed to work on, and you made it into a problem. So yeah, that shit is you now. Now you're just that motherfucker that can't be depended on to be on time for anything, or maybe even show up at all for things. You have just resigned yourself to be an undependable waste of space. And why would I say an undependable waste of space if all you're doing is you're bad with time? Because time is important. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Look. I'm gonna demonstrate to you, before everyone watching this video right now, how important time is. Check this out. You can get diagnosed with a near incurable disease, yet be cured of it and have your health back. So you can lose your health, be bed or hospital ridden, all your health gone. And then you can get all your health back and be running marathons and bench pressing in the gym. Lose your health, get it back. But time, once you lose it, you literally can't get it back. The best you can do with lost time is try to make up for it. But it doesn't come back the time that you lost. Your health, you used to be able to run really fast. You got really sick. Oh no, doctors get you straightened out. Now you're running really fast again. You got your health back. You got your speed back. You're good. Maybe even better than ever because of the effort you put in to get back to where you were. But time? Yeah, that second that just passed, it doesn't loop back around. That's not how it works. Maths, motherfucker. Maths. So when you give in to something like just simply being bad with time or being undependable, you're an undependable waste of space, because any person that can't be depended on is a waste of space. So anyways, long story short with this chick, she has a guy who flirts. Well, they're not even together anymore, right? They broke up. She's mad that they broke up, and she wants to ruin his life because she has a mental illness. And okay, so if you break it down, she's really into him. So on one hand, he had a girl who was really into him but was very unreliable. On the other hand, she had a man that she was into who was talking to a bunch of chicks. If you really look at the situation, right? How long did they date? Did they say? It doesn't exactly say, right? Just says when we were dating. So if you look at it, it seems like she was more into him than he was into her, which is fine. But it doesn't really seem like he was into her that much. She had some problems and he was trying to stick it out. He liked her, but she had some glaring weaknesses, and if they couldn't get past it, he was just on to the next girl because he was talking to other girls. Now, there is a problem with this. Despite me, Mr. Have 100 chicks if you can, man, the problem with this is that he's not honest. And that's the one thing I teach to you guys all the time, is that you need to be honest with your girl. If you're going to see more than one girl, just fucking be honest. Why be weird with it? Because when you do get caught, or if you get caught, then it makes things very, very, very fucking difficult. And it makes girls feel like this. So she's yet again validated for feeling this way, but she's not validated for wanting to ruin his life, right? If she understood how men and women work, she wouldn't be surprised that he was talking to other girls if she was this deficient. If men and women were taught how to work with each other, understand each other, then day one they could go into the relationship with the understanding that, hey, you know, I never stop finding other girls attractive. It's like girls know this already, but if you say this, they get upset. But it's like they want to be lied to, which they do. But that's a different story and a different topic. What this story that she puts up, that she has since deleted, really tells you is that girls get really vindictive. To want to ruin someone's life. The one thing that I can also tell about this dude, she does, if you read the thing, she goes on to say that he seems to have regained confidence because he tried to resign from his job and they wouldn't let him. And then she goes on to say he's regained confidence and now he's flirting with more girls. So he simmered down once he got caught, and then he tried to quit his job. And then they wouldn't let him quit, and he kind of like got back into his own groove. But this is a very weak man. And you might say, hey, he's getting all the bitches. Like, how is he weak? There's two types of gentlemen that get girls, right? There's someone like me who can walk up to a girl in a club, you know, do whatever, right? And then there's the guy like this dude who would approach a girl in a club, give her some fake ass story to win her attention, and then later on continue to lie to her to win her affection, and then eventually run out of lies and get caught. And that, my friend, is a weasel. That's not a man. A man isn't afraid to be straightforward and honest from day one. If you're being honest on day two, even that makes you less of a man. Day motherfucking one. Who are you? Look in the mirror and tell yourself who you are. And then when you go on your next date, be that motherfucker. Don't pretend to be something that you are not. Don't trick some chick just because you want to get in her pants. The fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, chicks are easily trickable if you know what to look for, because they just want someone who likes them for them. But you know what, motherfucker? You're not that different either. You want a girl to like you for you. So just be yourself. Most of you can just be yourself. But in general, if you don't feel that being yourself is good enough, then you're not ready to date. So don't date until you can be yourself. Holographic, I can't validate you for wanting to ruin this man's life, but I can validate, since you like to use that word, your feelings. I can definitely understand wanting to see him sad, wanting to see him suffer. But you do have some glaring issues, or else he wouldn't have run away, right? Like, he didn't just cheat on you. This man was happy to get away from you. So it's more than just that, right? You need to level up your game. Don't give in to a deficiency and make it your indefinite weakness, so to speak, right? You have a deficiency, work on it, correct it, and overcome it. And you probably have other deficiencies. I put money on it, right? Fix those two before you go back to dating. All right, Holograph, I'm not going to clown on you too much. You're in enough stress as is, and you don't even know what the fuck's going on. No one taught you. But guess what? Now you don't have an excuse. Now you know. Alpha male advice. On to the next. Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Are you broke? Are you not broke? Are you broker than a joke? Are you doing good? Are you not doing good in life? Well, this YouTube channel's for you. God Connecticut, the host, owner, and badass mofo of GGX straight up. Looking good in the neighborhood as always. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'd like to give a shout out to myself for today's sponsor. Now, I want to ask everybody watching this real quick, very, very brief question. How much did you pay to watch this video? Oh, really? You don't say. Oh? That's absolutely amazing. Well, since you got in on this video at that low price, how about you do what you can to show a little love and support? Hit the subscribe button right now. Just smack it in the face like somebody told you your girlfriend's fat. Only if she isn't fat. If she is fat, just like nod and agree, and then get her on some, weight loss pills and a treadmill. Get her a gym membership. Can't be walking around no fat hoes. Okay? No fat sloops. Anyways, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, show some love. Now back to the video. So this next one comes from Manor825. And she goes, breaking up with a good guy who just isn't affectionate. Well, damn. They had sparks, but they're not flying anymore. They're just sparklers of that. As the title implies, I, 31 female, am dating a thoughtful, sweet, and fun guy. He's a 31 male. But I just don't see this as a long-term relationship. We have been seeing each other for 2 months. That's not very long. That's pretty like 8 weeks. Bro, there's like shit I order from China that takes longer to show up. What do you mean? But I got you. You don't want to stay in a relationship long if it's not going anywhere. So we've been together 2 months. Okay. We have had so much fun together. Going on trips, going on sporting events, planning future fun events. I always said I just want someone to go do fun events together with. And he is great at that. But my biggest reason for not seeing this as long term is that he is not affectionate. He does not touch me when we are in public at all. Won't hold hands, won't hug, won't touch me, period. He says he hates PDA. Even when I get to his house, it is just us. He doesn't give me a kiss or a hug unless I initiate. He usually only becomes affectionate when we're going to sleep together. The bone trick wow wow, you know what I'm saying? I could talk to him about it, but I feel like even if he did become affectionate, then he would only be doing it because I told him to, not because he wants to. We also go about life very differently. I'm very social and extroverted, and someone who likes to be active and work hard. He does not have a social life, likes to stay at home and play video games. Hey, don't you hate on that man for his World of Warcraft? We can fight. He's introverted and does not like to be super active and does not work hard. So I always say you dudes on Reddit can't get bitches. One of you Redditors actually bagged this girl? What the fuck? So he does not like to be super active, does not like to work hard. He would tell me how he's playing video games while he's working from home. Meanwhile, I'm working hard to succeed at work and move my career forward. While all of this is the reason I don't see it working long term, he is extremely thoughtful and sweet. We have fun when we are together, and I would really miss that. Any advice from anyone who's going back and forth on breaking up or staying together? Okay, so I normally start from the top to the bottom, but we're going to start with your last question. Any advice from anyone who is going back and forth on breaking up or staying together? Anyone who doesn't know what the fuck they want to do can't help you, okay? So that was the wrong question. Let me just start there. Luckily for you, your shit got posted at the right time when I was browsing. So I'm going to help you out, okay? So listen up, Manor 825. You got yourself a classic Redditor here. He plays lots of video games, makes his money online, at home, doesn't want to leave the home because it's his comfort zone. So you are stuck carrying a heavy-ass stone. Now, you're like, hey, I like him, he's nice, blah, 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 he's not active, blah, blah, blah. So, you're a fat chick. I'm just gonna say it. We all know it. You, as long as you're heavy as fuck, aren't gonna be able to get a real man. Because real men don't date anything heavier than which they could comfortably carry. Okay? I shouldn't be at the gym lifting so that I can muster strength to carry your ass. That's not how it works. Maths. Called you the fuck out. Deal with it. Now, on to the other things, right? Okay? Because the reason I say that isn't just to be mean to you. I do have fun being a little bit mean here and there, but that's not the sole reason. The reason is because you're going to break up with this guy, right? And then you're going to go find another Redditor. And the reason you're going to find another Redditor is because the only men who are going to give you the time of day, they're not really men, they're just dudes. And you're not really a woman, you're just a chick. The only dudes who give chicks the time of day are lonely motherfuckers who don't have a life. He's a lonely motherfucker who doesn't have a life. You said it yourself. It's all right there. And you don't have much of a life either. He's giving you a life. Maybe he crypto dude? Something like that. He has some money, so he's been taking you out because you're the first girl he's seen since he left his cave in 1997. You know? He's been in there all the way until last year. Okay? You came along, he's like, oh yeah, let's go do some shit, you know? So that's great. But both of you are pretty low value. Even if he has money, he doesn't know how to socialize. He doesn't have any of the sexual marker cues that would attract any other females, let alone women. So you fell for it, congratulations. You're there now, you like him, you want to make it work, that's up to you. I suggest you make it work because you are not in the position to find a better man. Now, perhaps you both can grow together, but that's something that you have to do together because you just go out, like I said, and get another Redditor. Now, you don't want to mention the PDA thing, and this is something that my audience pays attention to, is that chicks don't like to educate and they mold to you, you don't mold to them. I've said that many times, right? This is a prime example, right? Because he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's going to have to learn from her. And she doesn't want to be the teacher. So when men are like, hey, I want a younger girl. Like, they want to do some Middle Eastern arranged marriage type shit. The reason is because men like to be teachers. We like to take a girl who knows nothing and then mold her as though the cosmos molded the clay of woman. Okay? That's what we as men like to do. We like to mold you to fit us. But women don't want to do no molding of a man. Like, they feel like you need to already come prepared to be a man. And if you don't know how to be a man, they're instantly turned off. I get a girl who's like, oh, I'm shy, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, I've never been with a man. I'm like, oh shit, we're keeping this motherfucker. Like, this is the keeper, you know? You show up like that as a dude, like, you can kick to the curb immediately. So, this is really simple, right? Because you illustrate everything that we talk about on this channel, is that men who don't know what they're doing, or males who don't know what they're doing, aren't going to be able to retain a chick, and that girls that are too low value aren't going to be able to attract a man that they want to be with. Now, assuming you do increase your value, you lose weight, you get in the gym, you start looking actually good, you know, some Instagram-worthy looks. Well, you're going to have something else that you have to overcome, is that your man isn't going to want just you because, well, you're going to attract a different type of man. So when you do get Instagram good looking, you can go back and find a gentleman who's a little bit above this level who might be happy with just you. But if you go get Instagram good looking and then you start thinking that you're going to get the guy with the yacht, the guy who has his own house or his own small business together, and that you're going to be the only girl that he ever sees, then you're going to be out of your fucking mind and disappointed yet again. As females, you need to have tempered expectations, and they need to be realistic. Men are always going to look. You can get the guy who dumps trash, okay? You can get the guy who works at some fucking restaurant, like, I don't know, preparing fucking plates or some shit. I don't know what they do at restaurants. You know what the fuck they do, though. He's going to be looking at bitches. Or you can get the man who has a yacht and a private jet. He also is going to be looking at bitches. And guess what? No matter the man, he looks at bitches at the same rate. Okay? The same rate. It's crazy. It doesn't matter. That's the one thing that doesn't change with men or their status. So you, as a woman, can either do one or two things. You either take what's at the bottom of the barrel, who will stay with you, or just out of necessity and never overtly let you know he's looking, or you get a man who is actually a G and is probably going to look at bitches right in front of you with you next to him, you know, and just be like, hey, you know, that's my man. He's a king. That's your future. Do what you will with it, and if you don't improve, then this is the type of guy you're just going to get forever. That's just how it goes, you know? So, mind your manners. Manner 825. I would say I went to the nest, but that's fucking it. Like, I helped you. I helped out 2 people in this video. That's all we do per video right now. Might be all we do, because most of you motherfuckers have TikTok brain, and I don't think you can stay through a video of me helping more than 2 people. So enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next time. In the next time? In the next one. I mean, the next one is also in the next time, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. God, Connecticut out. Flitzin' and Setsin. And, yeah, you know, Flitzin' the Petsin. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been a good one.
But the people are retarded.